Hello students, today we will be discussing the circumference of a circle and a circle itself. What is the difference between the circumference of a circle and a circle? First, we're going to discuss some points. These are blue points, and right now they have nothing in common. They're all by themselves. These points are found on a number line. And although these are points, they're not by themselves. They have something in common. We call these points the set of integers. So I'm going to help these points to gain a common characteristic by introducing them to a purple point. This purple point is special. We call it the center point. We don't want the points to be all by themselves, all scattered around. We're going to give them a reason. So instead of being spaced all out by themselves one by one, we're going to have those points move around the center. But they have to move in a certain location. They have to move an equal distance away from the center. So in this case, I'm moving it 3 centimeters away. I'm moving that point 3 centimeters. I'm going to continue one by one, moving all of these points 3 centimeters away from the center. We're going to continue moving them. But we have to make sure that they're an equal distance from the center. So you can see how I'm moving my ruler, and I'm moving my ruler around and around the center point. The center point, again, is the purple point. You can see that now these points are having something in common. They're forming what we call as a boundary. This boundary is going to form a circle. Now, we could have these points form a square or maybe a triangle. But in this case, we're moving all of the points around that center point 3 centimeters away. And they're going to form the boundary of a circle. Now, we still have some points left. How many points can we move around the center point? You're right. We can move an infinite amount of points around. So we're going to see that we can continue moving all these points, and we could even move some more. We could get closer and closer and closer and closer. Now these points are happy. They form a group. They're not all scattered out. They have meaning. Okay, they form a boundary for the circle. The blue points represents the boundary of the circle. The boundary of the circle is called the circumference. What is the difference between a circle and a circumference? To understand the difference between the circumference of a circle and the circle itself, we need to understand dimensions. A 0 dimension is a point. That's an exact location in space. We can find the distance around the circle, the boundary point, and it has length. The circle itself is this pink area. It's a flat surface and it has area. We will be measuring the flat surface part area with the number of square units it takes up. Again, we need to understand the difference between one-dimensional and two-dimensional. Then we will understand the difference between a circle itself and the circle's boundary, which we call the circumference. Let's take a closer look at a circumference again. A circumference is a closed curve. It's a closed curve. Do you see how this is a curve? It's not a straight line. It is a curve. It's a curved line. Once I close it up, it makes a circle. Now the part inside is going to be the flat two-dimensional surface. The yellow part is the boundary of the circle, which we call the circumference. And it's a set of points, the same distance from the center point. Let's review. So on this video, you should have learned the difference between the circumference of a circle and the circle itself. The circumference is the curve closing in the circle. It is the boundary of the circle. The circle is a plain closed figure enclosed by the curve. So this pink part is enclosed by the curve. It is a flat two-dimensional space having no sides. Hope this helps. On the next video, we will go into the different parts of the circle and we will discuss what the radius of a circle is and the diameter of a circle. The radius of a circle is the distance from the center to the circumference. The diameter of the circle is the distance from the circumference through the center to the other side of the circumference. It's a straight line segment from one end of the circumference to the other through the center.